What's up, guys? Mambo Mike here. Got a question from a viewer, Zoe, and she writes that I've been vegan for more than 1 year. I drink lots of water. I exercise sometimes. However, I eat a lot. It's not that bad during the day. I eat fruit soup and salad, but when the sun is down, I can't stop eating. And I binge eat, and I have emotional eating as well, and I can't stop. I'm not getting more fat, but I need to lose weight for a job. So my questions are, number one, how can I stop eating that much and find the real cause of why I'm overeating? I have tried drinking water before a meal, eating slowly, eating carbs, etc., and it hasn't worked. And the second question is, how can I clean out my stomach of all the food that I've been eating so fast? And my belly is not flat when empty. I like to do a radical, safe cleanse to have a flat stomach. All right. So these are good questions. For starters, you didn't mention what kind of exercise, but exercise, keep in mind, will increase your appetite. So depending on the type of exercise you're doing, if you're exercising a lot, it will increase your appetite because you're expending energy. And that is why I say you can lose weight with zero exercise. I'm not suggesting you don't exercise, because if you want to get in shape, you want to get conditioned, you want to do it for health reasons, and you want to be able to burn some calories, then exercise is good. But I would suggest that you do more intense, brief exercise rather than, do aerobic machines or whatever every day. But again, I don't really know what type of exercise you're doing. But if you're doing some moderate amount of exercise, I'm sure it's probably fine. You eat a lot, and you mentioned that you eat fruits and carbs, and you can't stop eating. All right, so you can't stop eating, and part of that is your body is not getting what it needs, and or you have an emotional eating issue, which you mentioned. So you're bored, and you're eating for comfort. And so if that's the case, you have to look at the emotional issues that you're not addressing, and how you're using food to numb that pain, right? But as far as eating fruits and stuff, a little bit of fruit salad is fine. But if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to eat too many carbs. And a lot of people think, well, your brain needs carbs, right? Well, I mentioned in other videos, some of the videos I'll post below, your brain doesn't only run on carbs, okay? So for starters, your brain can run on medium chain triglycerides, such as coconut oil. But your body in general runs on a combination of glucose or sugar from carbs and from sugar, or fats. And it can even use protein for energy, but that's not the primary source. But the point I'm getting at is that most people who are overweight or eating too much carbs, which is causing the excess weight, you're not deficient in carbs, right? You're actually eating too much carbs. Too much carbs of the wrong type at the wrong time. You're eating some fruits in moderation, that's fine. Now, if you really want to lose weight, you're going to have to be careful and watch the high glycemic carbs. So if you look up glycemic index, right, that is a measure of how much a food will raise your blood sugar, right? Sugar being like 100 and broccoli being like way down there somewhere. But there's a different scale of how each food affects the glycemic, your blood sugar, because due to the glycemic index. So you want to eat foods that are in the lower end of the glycemic index, like veggies and things like that are way down, and things like pasta and starch is going to be higher up, right? So back to the question, you're getting part of the reason you're getting fat is because you're eating too much carbs. And I mentioned that again in other videos. You have glycogen, sugar. When you eat sugar, it gets shuffled into your cells. And some of it goes into your muscle as glycogen, and some of it goes into your liver, and it gets stored there until you use it. But if you're not doing intense activity, you're not really draining the glycogen from your muscles. So your muscles are full. The storage is full, and now you eat some carbs, and your body doesn't know what to do with it, right? It can't put it in the cells or anything because it's already full. And so that gets stored as fat. So when you're eating too much sugar or too much carbs, you're actually perpetuating the fat storage mechanism. So it's not that your body can't use carbs. It's just that most people in modern society are consuming way too much carbs. Your body is built for famine. Your body is built for survival. Like, you can eat very little and you can stay alive for a very, very long time. And most people in the modern society are sedentary. So you think you go to the gym and whatever and you burn a few calories and it's going to like cancel out the piece of cake that you ate, and it doesn't work that way. So you got to train your body to burn the fat. And you got to train your body to burn fat and also not store fat. And so the second part of your question is, how do I clean my stomach out? Well, one of the things I suggest is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting does two things. First of all, when you're fasting, you're shutting your digestive tract down for a while. You're allowing the body to clean out your digestive tract by not putting more food through it. And that serves two benefits. One is to cleanse your tract, and the other one is that you're putting your body into the fat burn mode. So by not constantly feeding your body quick sugar, right? Quick sugar and carbs is like quick energy. So we're not hummingbirds. We're not infants. We don't need to eat every few hours like a lot of these fitness and weight loss and nutritional people recommend. You can eat easily 1-2 meals a day and be fine. I mean, 3 meals is kind of normal, and that's fine if you're not eating a lot and you're not trying to do anything. But intermittent fasting could be as simple as having 2 meals a day, and having a large portion of the day where you're not eating. I'll post a video for that as well. You can find out more about the intermittent fasting. But basically, you're allowing some downtime so that your body can start burning up its fat stores. And at the same time, you're going to boost the good hormones, the growth hormone, testosterone. You lower the insulin resistance. And so there's many benefits to just eating, stop eating for a while. And then when you do eat, you can eat a little more. It's fine. So it's this cycle of overeating and undereating that allows the body to use up its fat reserves. So as far as getting a flat stomach is all about body fat, right? So you want to reduce the amount of body fat that you have, and you can do a little bit of the strength training to tone the abdominal muscles, but the actual training of the abdominal muscles is not as important as reducing the amount of body fat. And so once you start doing the intermittent fasting and you start reducing the amount of carbs that you consume, you're going to train your body to utilize the fat. And the other thing you can do by changing your diet is carbs is like quick energy. It doesn't really have any lasting effects. So you got to start eating foods that are higher in fiber, that are higher in healthy fats, and protein. And so you want food that's going to absorb more slowly. So eating things like avocado, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, right? These vegetables, you can always eat. You can eat as many vegetables as you want. The fruit, if you're going to have too many carbs or too many sugars, you might want to reduce some of the sugary fruits. But veggies, you can eat all the veggies you can eat. And the carbs and the starch, you want to minimize or eliminate. If you want to do a drastic, because you mentioned something like radical, you can try to drastically reduce the amount of carbs that you're taking in while increasing the amount of healthy fats and all those other foods that I mentioned, and that will speed up the your body's response to burning the fat. But that's not something that you want to do long term. You might want to do that for a month or two, and then when you find that if your energy gets too low, because you're doing it too quickly, or you're getting to a point where your body composition, your body fat level is close to where you want it, then you can gradually reintroduce some of the foods that you cut out. But initially, if you want to get the body fat to burn off, then you're going to have to stop feeding it carbs. All right, so give it a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching.